Piggybacking off of our final shape review of Destiny 2, we are going to jump into the future of Destiny. They've concluded their 10-year story arc, the Light and Darkness saga of Destiny 2. So the question is, what is next for Destiny? Well, for one, they just recently laid off a bunch of their employees at Bungie, so that was kind of not a good thing. They had about 200 or so employees that were let go recently. I want to get the exact number here. 220 Bungie employees lost their jobs in July, which continues the trend of crazy layoffs from 2024. Gosh, so close to Black Friday. Indeed, 3 months from now. Bungie described this being due to, quote, enduring economic conditions. And then one artist said that right after I had a great performance review, I got laid off. This is how I found out I was laid off. So that was really fun. You're doing great. He found out from their announcement on Twitter.
Wow.
So that's how he found out, or X as they call it.
Brother.
Somebody else said that they were a former producer at Bungie who was laid off right before she received maternity leave benefits. It's really bad timing because my maternity leave was supposed to start next Monday and I got laid off today. So that's kind of insane. But yeah.
Women's rights. Woo.
Yes.
Screw 'em.
So, well, wow.
I support them. That's what Bungie said.
Okay. I was like, okay.
That was what Bungie
definitely
said.
need to clarify a little bit there.
No, I totally support that. That's fucked up.
Oh my god.
Fucked up is what Austin's saying.
Oh my goodness.
Destiny is said screw 'em.
Yeah, that's what they said. I did not.
So in the wake of all this, there was also
okay, we're bringing it back.
There's been some recent outrage that when CEO Pete Parsons spent at least $2.4 million on vintage cars in the last 2 years, even though they had to lay off 220 of their employees. So, that's a big number difference there. Like $2.4 million in cars.
I'm not put any money back into my company. I'm just going to spend it all.
Yep. So it's kind of insane with all that, but we kind of want to take a look at, I know we just talked about our hype on the final shape, but now it's like, what is next for Bungie and what is next for Destiny 3? Because when we played the final shape, our intentions were this, they've packaged it up so well. They've done so good. What's coming after this? How are they going to kind of continue this forward? Will there be a Destiny 3? Will there be something more? We know they're working on Marathon. I don't know what the state of that is now due to the fact that they just laid off a bunch of people. So what is going to happen with Destiny?
Look, if Concord is any sign, just don't do Marathon. Just don't do it.
But that's not an extraction shooter, man. It's different.
Yeah, but it's got those vibes, you know? You know what I mean?
No. Really? You think they're similar?
Yeah, like they're going to be different gameplay wise, but they're going to be kind of similar.
How? I'm good. I'm not following the argument.
I'm not in this argument. This is you two.
I know.
y'all want to go ahead.
Look, well, let's wait for more stuff to come out, and then I can tell you, be like, this is what I was talking about, or this is not what I was talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
'Cause I haven't seen anything on
I feel like
Marathon.
the character designs are just going to be absolute garbage.
They already show the character. There's no characters. It's just like it's just like one uniform that you're walking. You know what Marathon is, right?
Everyone looks the same?
Yeah, they're all the same. Yeah.
They're all just one being?
Yeah. There's like robot character things that are just like white. I mean, I don't know if that's going to change. I mean, they're probably going to have like cosmetics and shit, but I think of it more like Helldivers, where it's like you have like one type of character and then you just like replace the skin and stuff like that.
Well, if the character we saw on the teaser or announcement trailer was anything, it looks awful.
No. Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Feel free to have your own.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I thought you were just talking about like just the variety of characters. I was like, they don't have, it's not a hero shooter. It's like, there's not that kind of character.
So they got one leg up on Concord.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that part. I was just confused with that. But
no, you're fine.
So Destiny 2, with the layoffs and stuff like that, the only thing that we know is coming is the included Destiny episodes coming forward, and then Marathon in 2025. The upcoming content packs are going to be smaller than the traditional expansions, focusing on replayable activities. So it looks like they're going to go away from the big expansion model that they've been doing up to this point. And then, so they're going to have one main release each year, starting with Frontiers, followed by a smaller content pack 6 months later. but instead of having this massive story that they do now, it's going to be much more like replayable based types of content. In addition to that, inside of the company, they were working on a thing called Payback, a third-person adventure shooter that showed promise, but that was canceled. They had a code name Gummy Bears, which is a MOBA / Super Smash Brothers like game that's going to Sony's management and not Bungie anymore. Destiny 3 was considered too risky, so they shifted plans to this smaller, more manageable component. It's just in today's day and age and stuff like that, they decided it wasn't worth doing that. So now they're continuing forward with just D2 Frontiers content and then Marathon going forward. So that's where we are with what they say the future of Destiny looks like.
That doesn't sound too... It sounds like they're falling.
I mean,
it sounds like
it's possible.
Like, I mean... If they already sold, I mean, the gummy bear thing, if they already sold it to Sony, right?
Well, they didn't sell it. They just moved because they're owned by Sony now.
Oh,
so,
that's right. They're owned. But if they, but they're a new IP called Payback?
Yeah.
It
was codename, yeah.
It was codename. I think they probably should have pushed on that more. And then on top of it with the layoffs and them, I mean, I think their big money in the Destiny franchises are these big expansions. You know, I feel like a lot of people come back to it like quick, and having a smaller, I don't know if that'll be good.
I don't think that's good. Like, replayable stuff is fun to a point, but eventually, obviously, it loses its luster.
Yeah.
Like, that's been my problem with Destiny in the past. Is it's like, okay, here's a short campaign. Now go and redo everything. Go replay missions that you replayed before. You know, do your dailies and you go just play random missions from the campaign. I'm like,
I mean, maybe they think they have enough content that it's able to do that. You know what I mean?
Possible.
Because like we said in our review, we personally haven't played a lot of the campaigns.
Sure.
So if us going back into it with this new, is it called Frontiers?
Frontiers, yeah.
Going into this with new Frontiers, maybe it'll give new players a reason to jump back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't. It could be. It's a bold mood, Cotton.
Yeah. It is.
See if it works out.
Because I just don't know how they actually continue like keeping people's interest.
Yeah, but I do agree. I think they need to wait off on a Destiny 3. I think they have so much in Destiny 2 at the moment.
So, Destiny 1 was supposed to be the story that felt like was, like I said earlier, just expanded out so they can make Destiny 2 as well. Not that they plan to have the story expand to Destiny 2, but I feel like this is the completion of what they've been trying to tell since Destiny 1.
Oh, so
it is, yeah.
Like, I don't know where they go from here when you
can't go any further.
Maybe you kill the big bad. Like, maybe there's a reveal like, ooh, something else is out there. They've done that before where it's like, oh, hey, you complete a campaign and now here's what is it? There's like those black pyramids that came from space. They're like the darkness. Yeah. So it could be something like that. We don't know. We haven't finished it, obviously. But I just don't see how at this point, they need to wrap it up. And then where do you go from here? Like for Destiny 3, like it almost needs to be a complete new game. In my opinion.
Destiny Day 1.
Hey, that would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know.
Maybe not Destiny 3. Destiny the beginning.
Yeah, Destiny the beginning.
Yeah, my personal opinion is I think they should just end Destiny.
You think so?
I do. I mean, I don't like that I feel like we're living in like you mentioned, Austin, it's like, the story comes out and then you finish the story real quick and then you're just like repeating content over and over again.
No.
It gets stale repeatedly. We do come back to it. We do put more money into it. So, I mean, there is a model there that I guess is working, but at the end of the day, it's like, I want to see these people like doing new things more regularly and not spending 10 a decade. For a lot of people, like, I mean, you start working you're around 20. If you work until you're 60 and retire, that's 40 years. That means you're going to work on 4 games in your lifetime if you follow this same cadence, if you're working in that kind of realm. You know what I mean? That's crazy to think about. Like, I would not want that. Like, to be like tied into like one world and one universe. I want to create something new and do something like fresh and different and stuff like that.
But a lot of companies have done that. I mean, look at Santa Monica with fucking God of War. What else have they have?
I know. Like that's the
Like it's a staple now. It's like it's a
Same with Naughty Dog.
yeah. Same with Naughty
know.
Dog with
Well,
Uncharted.
they have a few.
Well, they have a few, but
Yeah.
what they're known for, I mean, like
I was like a Nathan Drake saga.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's a bad thing. They've been working on this game for yeah. It's something to be like cherished and proud of, and it's going to be a staple in the gaming community no matter what.
Yeah.
It's like Destiny's always going to be on people's mind. So I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a little different with like Naughty Dog and The Last of Us and things of that nature because they come out with you forget about them for a while,
Yeah.
and then they come back with some big huge thing that kind of reignites your interest in the property and in the IP.
Okay.
Whereas this, it's like more regular cadence of stuff where it's like always in there, but it's never the heights aren't as high the more frequent you get. You know what I mean? So it's like Marvel is getting to the point now where we're tired of Marvel because of the fact that we're getting a new movie back to back to back to back. They've
I'm not tired of Marvel.
quantity over
I just feel like
quality.
the quality just absolutely is trash.
There it is. It's the
And I-
quality.
and I
but
would
that's
be totally
but that
about
you're
it.
tired of that, and that's because of the frequency. I think
Yes,
that they've been
I see
pushing
what
them
you're
out.
saying.
Is
I
what
see
I,
what
you know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
So maybe
I'm gonna push back a little bit. It's not the frequency; it's the people who are actually coming up with the stories, and the people that they allow to be in charge of these stories that don't respect it. You get Ryan Reynolds in there. Obviously, he has other people too, the director and other writers, and they respect the characters. They know the characters, and they're actually putting out quality content. If they did that for every movie, I would watch all of them and probably love them all.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, some aren't that great, but you know,
I'll have to disagree with you a little bit on it. I think what now we're going really off topic.
try not to. But tying all, we'll tie
But
it
I'm
back.
gonna tie it back down.
I think it's it can be
I'm gonna
relevant.
tie it back down to this. I think them oversaturating the market with Marvel stuff is not helping their overall cause.
Yeah.
And they bring in people,
Take
and
a
the
break.
story goes to shit.
Yes.
And I think maybe Destiny should probably do the same. Is just to do the frontiers, to take a break, still have people coming back to it, but not as much.
Yeah.
And then 2 or 3 years down the road, hey, Destiny Day One, the prequel to Destiny. Everyone would jump on that like fucking hotcakes, you know?
Yeah.
Just take a break and put some good quality time into this game.
Yeah.
But them laying off that many people, shit.
That's a lot.
It could be a strategy. It's a bold mood, Cotton. You know,
This is the same thing that's happened with Xbox. You get bought out by these giant companies, and they're like, "All right, got to cut all these people."
Well, see, the other thing that this article so I'm pulling this information from Forbes right now, but the other thing this article talked about, one of the biggest issues that Destiny has right now is that its player base is skewing older than everybody wants to see. So that's worrisome to the higher ups. So they want to attract a younger audience, hence them looking into projects like Marathon, the Gummy Bears thing, and no Destiny 3, because this appeals to us, but it doesn't appeal to the 20-year-olds that are playing Fortnite right now.
Yeah,
So we're
'cause
gonna
this
start
was-
seeing, or not even 15-year-olds are.
this
playing
was
Fortnite.
our Fortnite back in the day. You know what I mean?
I guess
This came out whenever I was like 21, 22.
Yeah, this came out before Fortnite.
Yeah. Well, no. Yes,
Yeah.
it did. It did.
At least
Right.
Destiny 1 did.
2014 was when it came out. So
Yeah,
2017
so I was like
was
24
Fortnite.
when this came out.
Damn, 2014.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a giant age gap, and I think maybe taking a break and giving some time.
Okay, what? Okay, y'all know this is more rhetorical, but like Halo, obviously it's still out, it's still around, they're still making content. I mean, does that not
it?
skew older?
Yeah, that's why it's not doing well.
Well, they've done a shitty job with it. I guarantee you, if they had a better story, some people who actually want to. The way that those people, in my opinion, and what I've heard, are handling the IP is atrocious.
I don't think so. I mean, I think I agree that is part of the problem, but I think also, like, if you think about it now, like, people that when Halo comes out, it's like, that's a game my dad plays. That's the mentality.
Yeah.
And they're not going to want to keep making
the
a
guy
game
from
that your
Fortnite.
dad plays. You know, they're going to want to make something that they want to play. So they need something new and fresh. And I think it's just like the IP's just gone stale. It's too old now, and they need to bring something new out that's, unfortunately, I mean, you know, Marathon's got bright colors and, you know, different types of this, that, whatever. I mean, it's just, you know, it's more friendly and not friendly actually, but it's like, it's different looking than this more realistic looking Halo experience that we've been playing.
I agree with you, mostly, maybe halfly. I don't know, But how many times have other IPs tried to bring out something that's more into what's hot right now? And how many times has that been successful?
Like what's hot right now? Like
Yeah. Like, oh, let's make
Like
a battle royale. Everyone's making
yeah.
battle royale. And it's like, okay, how many battle royales have been successful? Not many.
I agree with that, but then the
It's
same
like, why
argument.
would you follow the trend when we've already seen the trend following doesn't work out well unless you have some really talented people, which, yes, Marathon might be something awesome. We haven't seen it. We don't know much about it, but just like, why don't you try to do something interesting? Like, I feel like campaign games are still very popular and they suck people in a lot.
Well, that's my point. It's like I want to see more new stuff. I don't want to see rehashing the same old IP I've been seeing for years. Like, let's do something different. Let's try some new story that we haven't seen before. You know, like I love God of War. I love Destiny. I love Red Dead Redemption. I love all these games, but I also love to see, give me some the finals, you know, like give me some new fresh experience that I haven't seen exactly in that same way. Or Helldivers too, you know, they did something a little bit different that was a little bit fresh and I mean, this wasn't fully fresh and different, but it was pretty different, you know. So it's like
enough,
yeah,
or familiar enough,
yeah,
and different enough.
yeah. So I kind of like them exploring, and I mean, I give a lot of props to like even Bethesda. You know, Starfield didn't do well. I know, but it's like my point is like I appreciate that they did try to break away from like their. This is all we do is Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
The fact that they went a different direction, it may not have worked great for them, but like I'd rather see them doing that than continuing to push out Elder Scrolls and Fallout for the next 20 years, 30 years. You know what I mean? Because hopefully they'll get a hit, you know, at some point. I don't know. I love Destiny. I think it's fun, but I'm also looking for them to explore with something new and different and see what else is out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they probably should explore just a single player game.
Yeah.
Experience. Just
Yeah.
a standard adventure action first person shooter. I mean, they got everything down for it.
They will never do that again.
You know,
They've seen all that money and they're like,
Yeah.
I know.
we're gonna continue.
They can pull another Halo out of their ass. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, something
could.
different, something
They could.
different.
Well, like Halo might be something bigger right now if they did something like Helldivers.
Oh yeah.
Like you have Spartans that drop into this world and you kill
ODST.
Covenant like that.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Fucking ODST.
Nope.
Fucking people. Fucking,
Didn't do
yeah.
that.
No. I don't know. I think taking a break is good from like doing a Destiny 3 and maybe focusing on a new IP. Maybe that's why they kind of like fired a lot of people because they kind of figured they weren't working on another one anytime soon. So it's probably a business move.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
I feel bad for those guys, but I mean, shit. We always talk about it. This isn't the first time it's happened. I mean, there's been so many different layoffs and stuff, and how the world is right now, it's fucking difficult for everyone. So
yeah. So maybe, do you think all of this would work better if Bungie was more like Blizzard and they were kind of releasing stuff in between games? Like, oh yeah, we did Destiny 1. Here's something like small and interesting we're working on that we really liked. Boom. It's almost like a test product. It's successful, but it doesn't have a lot of legs. Then they make Destiny 2, and now like after that, like, oh, we want to revisit that. It was, you know, got some hype. We think we can do more with it. Instead of just doing one game this whole time, have like a small team
working on something
kind of like, okay, what can we do and what can we put out there as soon as possible to kind of test the market? Obviously, they've done testing for Marathon to some degree. They think that's going to be successful.
I feel like the risk outweighs the reward for them in their mindset.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But Blizzard was like...
I think with the amount of time it takes to build games these days, it's really hard to it's hard to do those. I mean, and I hate that because I want that.
Was it not
same.
hard back in the day for Blizzard to be working on all this stuff?
No,
But back
not as
then-
hard now.
Yeah, and
They
plus
can pump
back
out
then-
games way fast. I mean, they used to pump out games like a year, and now it takes 6 years like to pump out like an average AAA game, just because there's so much more depth and nuance that goes into it, and like all the systems and stuff like that. Like, just games are taking longer than they ever used to. I mean, GTA 6, we're still going to be going on probably a 7 to 8 years development cycle to bring that game out.
That's another fucking company, Rockstar.
Yeah.
What else, you know.
Yeah. Which, I mean, for them, it's like, you know, Rockstar is one of the ones that I feel like is kind of like for me, a little bit of an edge case because even though they have focused on like their 2 properties, they've really, really gotten good at it and have mastered that. And I think Destiny, they've done really, really good with. And this article even does talk about how they are, they said Bungie, and to the point of will they do a single player game? It sounds like internally, Bungie is essentially tied to games as a service forever. Nothing single player. Matter was not one of their games they had was not a live service FPS, so that was part of the reason it was axed. So basically, I think Sony bought them to be like, you're our live service studio. It's like, that's what you're gonna do. So get used to it. But they do. I did read that even though they laid off 220 employees, they still have 800 some employees left. So there's still a large team there, but that is a significant chunk still.
That's a big
Yeah.
And a lot of their QA gotten rid of. So now they're contracting QA, which sucks because not everybody's going to understand how the game operates and where things have changed. So
I don't know. That's why I hate it. They do that to QA all the time.
yeah,
Fuck
all
QA.
the time.
oh
I have issues with QA.
yeah,
Yeah, but you want people on there who like, I want to do a good job because I'm set in here. Obviously, you can get complacent too. I get that, but
well, they don't get paid a lot ever, which sucks.
You're
but-
cutting the costs to hire new people who don't know what they're doing, and then when shit goes wrong, you're like, why didn't they catch it? And it's like, well, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I mean, eventually we're gonna have AI that's gonna do that for us. So I mean, that's gonna kill that industry off entirely, which is crazy, but it will.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be an easy one to replace with AI.
Well,
Which is wild. Yeah,
we shall see.
yeah.
I'm excited to jump back into Destiny 2 again.
We already did.
I know. I want to play it now. 'Cause I've been busy with work. I kind of want to
Yeah,
play it.
yeah.
Are you hopeful for future Bungie? They've been a one-trick pony for a little bit.
They have. Well, I mean, like
They've always been a one-trick pony.
there's a lot of
Halo was
companies
a
out-
one-trick pony too
Yeah.
for however long they did that. You know, it's like,
What I want to see from Bungie,
but they're good at it.
Yeah. What I want to see from Bungie is like another Halo game, right? Like a new IP Halo game, but it has the multiplayer aspect in the background. You know what I mean?
Halo-like,
Where,
yeah, I like
where you
it.
can do like team deathmatch. You know, that old style shit. That'd be great. But you have a single player campaign that you can just do on your own.
You know, Space Marine 2
Oh, there
is
you go.
kind of like that. Where they
Yes.
have the multiplayer aspect on there, but single player
Single
campaign.
player campaign. I'm super stoked and excited for that
Yeah.
one.
But Bungie's always been good at like creating worlds, creating
Yes.
characters. Obviously, we have issues with Destiny too, but I think, yeah, I just don't know how they're going to do a games as a service. I mean, could they be Blizzard? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
they might be able to pull something off like Blizzard.
yeah. I don't know. I want them to like move on to something else, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I am really nervous now that I think about it, just on the extraction shooter aspect of Marathon.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
The only extraction shooter that has done well recently has been Escape from Tarkov. Everybody else that has tried to approach that avenue, nothing's ever really hit off to the level of, with Battle Royale, we had PUBG, we had Apex, we had Fortnite, we had multiples that multiples that created a large audience.
Yeah.
And were able to not just like one, but with extraction shooters, I mean, is there any other extraction shooter that's got
Exactly.
mass market besides
No.
Escape from Tarkov?
No. Like, I feel like extraction shooter
I guess Hunt Showdown, but
Well, isn't
Yeah, okay, yeah.
not Division Heartland, but isn't that one?
That's
well,
more
it
of
got
an extraction,
canceled.
yeah.
They got canceled, but
Yeah.
their original just Division 2 with the PvE portion.
yeah,
It's kind of an extraction shooter.
Kinda.
It's an
It was like a
extraction
miniature
mode, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
See, I feel like extraction shooter is a mode
Yeah.
that
That's
you
what
add
I think
on
it
with
is,
other stuff.
yeah.
Like, that's not the game.
The game. Because it being the game is kind of.
I mean, I think
That's going to get
there's
really annoying, I feel like, especially if you're going up against other people. Now, maybe you have it where it's like,
Because even,
I'm going to fight enemies like this. And then if I want to do PvP, I could do PvP extraction shooter. I don't know.
Warzone is battle royale, but they have extraction mode, right? It's not.
I don't even
they had an extraction mode. I
They have
think, yeah, at
extraction
one
mode.
point.
That's
I don't know
what
if they
I'm saying,
still
like,
have it, but
I don't think you can successfully make it because I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because
possible, but I just don't see how it's possible.
yeah, I mean, Rainbow Six Extraction was the
On
first like
paper, it
big
seems
budget,
like
you
a
know.
great logical
Yeah.
thing to do. To be honest, but everything else in between, I'm just like,
Remember Battlefield brought out Hazard Zone. That was an extraction mode.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that
it was
even
mode.
failed off. You know, like that didn't hold
yeah.
hold an
I forgot about
audience. So it's there's been a lot of attempts and nothing has really succeeded for a long period of time.
maybe Halo, not Halo, Destiny should do a fucking battle royale.
I mean, was there a battle royale before PUBG?
Yes, there was.
It was a mode in DayZ. It was a it
But
was a
that
mod.
was PUBG,
yeah.
wasn't it?
I thought there was something else that PUBG because we'll talk offline on it. We'll look it
Okay.
up.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, PUBG was inspired by the DayZ mod or whatever.
Pretty
but
sure it's the same creator.
yeah, it was the same creator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't think there was ever like the genre.
No.
I mean, Hunger Games, you know, that
No battle royale.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was based off a book. There was a book.
yeah.
Book from wherever ago that was like talked about the battle royale. That's where like that idea came from. But
I do believe there was one before Hunger Games.
There is.
I can't remember what it
yeah,
was.
I think it was the book.
It's called battle royale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an Asian.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like
It's an Asian book.
yeah,
and movie.
I actually forgot it was called that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is so fucking good. I love that goddamn movie.
Yeah. So I think there could be hope for Destiny or no, for Bungie.
Okay.
In some capacity. I don't know if I would love for them to give us some insight into like, I feel like the plan they have right now for Destiny 2 is probably not it.
I don't think Destiny fans are going to like it. It's
don't think
gonna
so
be
either, but-
too shallow in content.
It
But
is,
I-
but I think it'll bring in new people.
Yeah, maybe.
People like me that haven't played in a while. And
Well, that's why this one's great
yeah, I know.
because there's a lot of different stuff that we haven't experienced.
No.
I hope maybe they'll have some kind of like evolution of Marathon when they like actually give us like a full gameplay reveal and it's like, hey, it's not really an extraction shooter anymore. Now it's like that plus this. And then there's some kind of like better, because I think a new like an aesthetic change would be something to bring in new people that haven't been involved. Because I mean, like this really doesn't. I mean, it's definitely a different style and stuff like that, but it still feels Halo-ish. It's just, you know, more sci-fi and less like military kind of vibe or whatever. But
They've always been great with gun mechanics.
yeah, for sure.
So
So yeah,
I don't know, man.
let us know what you think the future of Destiny holds.
Bungie.
And the future of Bungie. Yes. Let's call it the future of Destiny. But yeah. Yeah. The future of Destiny and the future of Bungie. What do you want to see from Bungie? Do you think they should continue down Destiny's path? Or should they just let it go and focus all in on Marathon when that comes out in 2025, tentatively? Let us know in the comments below. Love to hear from you. See what you think.